Hello YouTube, I'm Frostfire, and in this series, I share my favorite furry TikToks. I usually have funny ones or cute ones, but for our first TikTok related video, this is going to be geared more towards education about the furry fandom. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. I'm going to link every TikTok in this video in the description so that if you like any of these, you can add them to your favorites. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the TikToks. Let's go. What I want to first say before I do this TikTok is that this first TikTok is the original, and the first couple or so after this TikTok are stitched or related to this video. So, I want to get that out there. Okay, let's go.
In a world filled with racists and bigots, why are we directing any amount of hatred towards furries? They're not hurting anyone. Am I a furry? No. Are furries chill?
Yes.
It is not my thing, and I do not know much about furries besides my exposure to them online.
That's
but
fair.
I have never had anything but a pleasant interaction with a furry, especially in real life.
That's all.
These are people who just want to find a decent way to express themselves.
Yep.
Why make fun of them?
Exactly.
There are people in this world who center their identity around their car or a favorite sports team. What do you care if somebody else finds a different way to express themselves?
Exactly, and that's the thing that really bugs me about furry haters is that they make it seem like liking anthropomorphic animals is the worst thing that you could do in this entire world, and it just doesn't make any sense. There's nothing inherently weirder about liking anthropomorphic animals than it is liking a bunch of people in uniforms running around chasing a ball. Like, okay. Fandoms are just weird by nature, even if the people within it may or may not see it like that. It just, who cares?
If you're a furry, pardon the terminology. I know it's more than just expressing yourself, but I'm trying to make a point. Ugh, furry convention. Oh, you mean a place where a bunch of people are going to come together and enjoy a shared thing they like? Might I add, in a way that doesn't harm anyone?
And on that note, people like to make it seem like those conventions are only there for doing really adult things, and they get weirded out when they hear that children can go to those things. See, that's the thing. I don't know about every convention, but a lot of furry cons have adult sections, and for after hours or whatever you call it. So yeah, obviously you're not going to bring your children to those activities because who the hell would do that? So there's nothing weird about furry conventions where it's a safe space to just be silly and goof off with your friends or even strangers. There's nothing weird about that. It's not ew.
Furries as a punching bag has become a joke in and of itself, and I just don't understand the hate.
Me either.
People call it cringe, people call it weird. It's none of those things. These people are just being genuine, and if you're being genuine, it's never cringe.
That's such an important thing to say, because if you are going to call furries cringe for being who they are, then why aren't we allowed to say you're cringe for being exactly who you are? Oh, we're not exactly like you, so now it's cringe? It's just stupid. No, sorry. If you don't like the idea of people being silly at a convention or in a private space, fine. And if all you think about when you see furries is them having sex with each other or whatever, that's your problem, not ours, because not all of us are like that.
If you find something in this messed up world that makes you happy, engaged, and gives you a community, hold on to that for dear life. That is what these people are doing, and I respect them for it.
Okay, so on that note of community and holding on for dear life, yeah, that's the point. We all have a community or a fandom that's just like that. And if you don't, then honestly, I feel very sorry for you, because unless you're not part of a fandom because you can't take any of the negativity, which is perfectly valid and fine, communities like the furry fandom exist to support each other because of how unwelcome the society is at large. And by hating on furries for just existing, that's just more fuel to the fire of, hey, I'm gonna go engage with my fellow furries who actually get me and understand me. So in a way, you're only strengthening the community.
Are there problematic people among them? Yes, because there's problematic people among everything.
Yep.
But I can think of far more widely accepted things that have far more horrible people in it. So let's stop dunking on people who are trying to find a way to enjoy life, and instead, dunk on the people who are trying to stop others from enjoying their life. Be well.
There are just so much worse things than being a furry, but furry haters, they're so sad and so ignorant, and just, I don't even think there's a word to describe how sad they are, because they actually make like fake YouTube accounts just to bully furries. Like, how depressed do you have to be that you gotta target other people to make yourself happy? That's pretty much the definition of a bully, but anyway, it's so sad. Like, wow, I hate this thing so much that I'm gonna make it my life's mission to bully them. Sometimes even to the point of suicide. Like, okay, are you even a human being? Do you even know what compassion is? Because I don't think so. Oh, wait, that's right, I forgot. You think that we're animals because you think that we think that we're animals. Sorry, buddy, but that's not true. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just move on to the next few TikToks.
In a world filled with racists and bigots, why are we directing any amount of hatred towards
furries? Beats the hell out of me. Go watch the original video for context, because, yeah, I agree.
Just before we move on, I wanted to make a note that whether it was after I watched this entire video or whether I stopped and watched the original video, I don't know, but either way, this guy made me watch the original, and that's why I love it so much.
There's no goddamn reason why anybody should be cruel to furries.
Exactly.
I am not a furry, just a very hairy man, but I am married to one. And when I went with her to the first furry convention either of us had been to, I was exposed to a world of people that were accepting of one another in ways I didn't even realize were possible.
Yep.
I didn't even want to leave when it was over because everyone there was just so caring and genuine and fun.
I want to pause there because even though from my first and so far only convention, I was very socially anxious, at the same time, I was completely in awe from what I can remember of the entire thing. And despite the circumstances, I'm hoping that I can go back one day because I want to experience it for the second time and be less socially anxious, because that's exactly the kind of thing that I'm seeing now just by watching footage of conventions. And I don't even have to be there to feel all of that welcoming, genuine, fun energy, for lack of a better word. And there are times when I look at those videos and I start tearing up because the furry fandom has a sense of belonging that I've never had anywhere else. And for the people who hate the furry fandom, this is the first time that I've ever felt like I belonged and that people understood me. And they hate me because of what my interests and hobbies are. Where do you expect me to go if this is the first and only feeling I've ever felt like that? Like, there isn't another place that I could go to. I have sought out something like this for so long, probably without even realizing it, and I finally found it. And they expect me to just stop being a furry because they don't like it, because they're too much of a baby to accept that other people like things that they don't.
And the creativity that some of them are capable of.
I know.
Oh my god, if you ever just go look at some of the suits and masks and things that they can make, it is beautiful.
There have been some furry haters who claim that the fursuits are gross and ugly and whatever, and unless they just genuinely just don't like the look of it, which is totally fine, not every furry even likes fursuits, if they genuinely think that the fursuits look gross, I don't know what they've been looking at, but I have yet to see a single gross fursuit. So yeah, I mean, then again, there are the scary kind, but I highly doubt that that's what they're seeing. And if that's what they're seeing, then okay, then they just don't like scary fursuits, whatever. But if they actually think the cute ones look gross, then they either just don't like mascot suits in general, or they're just so blinded by hate that they can't, like, put aside, honestly, their stupidity to see how much love and care these fursuits are made with. Because unlike the mascot suits and whatever else, these things are made with not dozens of dollars, not hundreds of dollars, but thousands of dollars. And I'm sorry, that kind of money is like, you're gonna put a lot of detail into it. You're gonna put a lot of thought into it. That's just how it is.
People will build their personalities around a sports team or a political figurehead and then go out and shit on a bunch of people who want to put on a mask and be who they truly are. And if you ask me, that's 18 shades of bullshit.
Yeah, and it's just so, what's the word? It's a double standard that I don't think is okay. Like, why is it not okay for furries to enjoy anthropomorphic animals, but it's perfectly fine for sports fans to just hoot and holler after a bunch of people chasing after a ball? Like, okay. Why is that okay? I mean, if you enjoy that, just as much as we enjoy that. What the hell is wrong with that?
Are there problematic individuals within the furry community? Yeah, just
Yep.
like there are in every
Every
community.
community, yep.
Don't know if any of you have been around Star Wars or Lord of the Rings lately, but gah. And looping it back around to the creativity within the community, go check out some of the suits and masks that they sell. They make bank.
Yeah,
My
like I
wife
said.
has been making masks and suits for a few years now, and she makes a damn good amount of money. Just in case any of you out there feel like you have to justify this through some kind of monetary means.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, I'm not going to tolerate any kind of furry hatred on my page. Not that there has been
Respect.
any, I'm just kind of getting in front of it, you know what I mean?
Major respect.
Because if I'm ever at a convention or a Renaissance fair, depending on the temperature outside, very good chance you'll see pictures of me and then my wife next to me, possibly in a fursuit.
Yep.
So deal with it. Be nice.
Yep. It's really not that hard to be nice. If you have nothing nice to say, then don't say it at all, like the old adage goes. I don't know why this is so difficult for people. Like, even if they're just trolling, I don't know why this is so difficult. So, yeah. I really appreciate this guy. This guy knows what's up. Moving on. Okay, so, this next guy, I completely forgot, but I've actually seen a lot of his TikToks before, and I just didn't realize it until now. So, technically, this was probably the very first time that I'd ever actually seen his TikToks. So, that's interesting.
Filled with racists and bigots. Why are we directing any amount of hatred towards furries?
So if you haven't seen that video yet, do yourself a favor and go check it out because they make a lot of good points.
Yep.
Being a part of the furry fandom at first can be a little daunting because, you know, there's so many negative stigmas and things that people have seen on TV or read online.
Yep.
And being part of the fandom has nothing to do with any of those things.
Yep.
Like, we get a lot of backlash about what certain people do in our fandom, and it's unfortunate, but at the same time, look at all the wonderful things we were able to produce from here.
Yeah.
We have artists, musicians, scientists, doctors, lawyers, like, the fandom is made up of so many different subcultures and different hobbies, and you
That's
know,
true.
all we want to do is just be seen as an animal. Like, come on, you guys have seen that on like Disney shows, like anywhere really. Like, especially if you were growing up. Thanks, cartoons, I guess. And being able to meet so many unique people because of this fandom makes me personally want to see it grow and do better and become even more normalized in like everybody's everyday life. And I understand because of those negative stigmas, again, it's difficult for people to mention to their family or friends that they're interested in these kinds of things.
Low-key, this has actually happened to me because back in 2016, that was when I first became a furry. Go figure, it was around the time of Zootopia. I was so new, so I didn't really understand about the negative stereotypes back then and the misconceptions back then. So when I told my cousin that I was a furry, he legitimately told me to stop saying that I was a furry and that it felt weird for him to hear me say that, because now, looking back, I know exactly what he was thinking. And if I had known about all of that stuff back then, I would have told him, dude, when have you ever known me to do any of that crap? No, I'm only here for the safe for work stuff, and I'm not NSFW. I didn't want to say not twice. So, yeah.
And it's those things that I'm hoping that one day they get backseated and nobody really gets made fun of for being a furry or anything like that. It's honestly one of my favorite fandoms to be part of, just because it literally encompasses everything.
Yep.
So let's hope that works out someday.
I want that to happen too. It would be amazing if that happened, because this fandom is like home for me. And I think I've already mentioned this before, but I had to stop recording, so I don't remember. It's like it's a place where I belong, and I've been looking for a place like this for so long, and probably without even realizing it. And now I found it. I found exactly where I want to be. So I would love it if the fandom were more normalized and far more accepted than it is right now. Okay, next one. Okay, so for this next TikTok, it's one of like 4 different TikToks, but they're along the same lines, and this should be fun. So even though the caption says uncreative insults you'll keep hearing constantly in the furry community, they actually changed the title to Dumbest Things You'll Hear as a Furry, and I like that title better. No dad, fatherless. Yeah, I've heard the term fatherless for other communities, but I've heard this more because I'm a furry, and it legitimately makes no sense. And I have to rant about this for a second, because why would a hobby indicate that somebody has no dad? And furthermore, why would a hobby make someone's dad leave? I don't get it. And if a hobby didn't make the father leave, then why would a lack of dad cause someone to become a furry or a degenerate or whatever the hell you want to call it? Like, it makes no sense. So supposedly I have no father, right? So I guess the picture of my dad holding me as a baby just doesn't exist, even though you can see it right on the screen. I'm sorry, that's just stupid. None of this makes any sense. And the funny thing is that when I've told the people this in comment sections, they're like, there's no way you have a dad. I don't believe it. It's like, why don't you believe that? Why would you think I'm lying about not having a dad? Like, do you really think that my father is just sperm in some donor place somewhere? Like, sorry, but I've inherited a lot of things from my dad. I don't get this. I don't get why they don't believe that furries have dads. Actually, I literally saw a TikTok the other week about a furry whose dad is also a furry. And I've also read recently on YouTube comment that this person had a fursuit only because their dad bought it for them. Like, are these people that stupid? Touch grass. Oh my god, yeah, touch grass. Like, okay, so you think that we don't go outside ever? Wow. I wonder how furries go to conventions if they don't ever touch grass. Interesting. But in the case of me, yeah, I can't really argue with this one because I'm an agoraphobe, so I really don't want to touch grass. Hunting season. Okay, so even though I'm not going to go much into the whole hunting season part, because there's a series coming up where I do talk about that. The whole hunting season thing is really stupid because you're not hunting animals, you're hunting people. That's all I'm gonna say. Freak. Yeah, what is that even based off of? Like, why are furries freaks? Because they're weird? Okay, everybody's a little bit weird. Oh, you think you're not weird? Yeah, I bet there's a lot of stuff that you would never want anyone to see if they could be a fly on the wall. Or if there was a security camera somewhere. You would never want them to see that footage. So, yeah, sure, go ahead. Think furries are freaks. All you want. Sure. And you furry? What's so gross about us? I mean, unless some of us have not showered in, like, months and are wearing a fursuit, okay. Or actually, if we haven't cleaned our fursuit, okay, ew. That's a reasonable response. But if we're just a furry, just nice and bathed, even if we don't have a fursuit, and you say ew, why are you saying ew? What reason do you actually have to say ew? Can I go ew, non-furry? No? That's weird? Okay, well, then there you go. We need to bring bullying back. Yeah, whoever actually said that, bullying never left. That's the real problem. Bullying should never be okay. There's no reason to bully anybody. You cannot give me a good reason to actually bully furries. Like, sure, go ahead, try. Try to give me an actual good reason. I'm only gonna argue against it. You think you're an animal. No, sorry, but no. Those are alter humans, or in other terms, otherkin or therians. They believe that they are animals, but furries don't. They pretend, which is a completely different thing. They pretend to be animals. Not the same thing. Furries have never once said, I'm an animal. And if they do say I'm, for instance, a wolf, it's because they're referring to their persona, not to themselves. like a persona is literally just an avatar meant to represent a person. It doesn't define the person. They don't think they're an animal. I don't even know where they got this idea that if you wear a fursuit, you think you're an animal. Like, okay, I guess the mascot at Disney thinks that they're Mickey Mouse then. Oh, wait, sorry, that doesn't apply? Why not? Couldn't be because they're just pretending. Literally the same thing. The only difference is the quality of the suit. You know, how much it cost. Like I said earlier, they cost thousands of dollars. That Mickey Mouse mascot suit, I don't even think it cost $100. But I wouldn't be surprised if it did cost around that much. So yeah, furries do not think they're animals. Now, are there some furries who might be ultra-human? Sure. But, that's like, I don't even know what the percentage of that is. I need to look that up. Then I need to take a screenshot of it, and then I need to show you, because that's the percentage. The number that's outside that, that's everybody else. So, you got your facts wrong. You got your words, and your definitions, and your terms wrong. Bark, bark, bark. I mean, just as a furry, it just makes me want to bark back at you. But then you'll just laugh at me. Whatever. Why are we barking? Actually, you know, it would be really funny. It'd be really funny if a furry was like, how dare you say that about your own mother? That'd be so funny. Oh my god. I would love that. Anyway. Kill yourself. Why are we so open to the idea of suicide? Like, why are we taking such a dark and important subject lightly? I don't care what you think about furries. It's not okay to tell people to kill themselves because of a hobby. It's just stupid. What the hell? What kind of discompassionate person are you? What did we ever do to you? And on that matter, what did some random furry who's never even heard of you do to you? Seriously, people, you want us to get help? Like, mental help? For our hobbies? Y'all are trying to tell us to kill ourselves and trying to shoot us with shotguns. You guys need the therapy, not us. Ah, darn it. Okay, so I don't know if you saw that, but it says, I lost faith in humanity. Okay, why? Why did you lose faith in humanity for people who, like in the past couple of TikToks, are just expressing themselves, just being genuine with each other, and just having fun? What's wrong with having fun? Oh, wait, I'm sorry, it's not your definition of fun? Okay, well, everyone has a different definition of fun. So, yeah, hope is lost. I'm not sure how a bunch of people wearing wearable art can make you lose hope, but if that makes you lose hope, you didn't have a whole lot of hope to begin with, so yeah. Yeah, so that was that. How fun was that? I really hate furry haters sometimes. They're just, well, hate is a strong word, but then again, they legitimately hate us, so why would I also not hate them back? Because they're just awful people. Oh no, you're awful. Yeah, you don't know me, so you can't say that I'm awful. You don't know me from Adam. You can't just see that I'm a furry and claim, oh my gosh, you're automatically a horrible person. That's not how that works. Alright, so this is the next one. This is part 2 of dumbass things furries here. Or you hear as furries. As a fur, whatever, anyway. No milk, dad reveal. Kind of along the same lines. I mean, I literally have milk in the fridge, so that's just a really stupid thing. Like, they make it seem like without a dad, you'll never get milk again, just because he left to go get the milk and never came back. Okay. Dad reveal. I mean, not every dad wants to be involved. Like, as in, hey dad, come here, I want to share you with the world. And yeah, not every dad wants to be revealed because maybe they just don't want their faces on the internet or something. Or like, they don't want to do anything in that moment. Although it would be kind of funny if a furry actually was like, hey dad, come here, I want to do a TikTok with you or a YouTube video with you or whatever. And then he's just like, hey, hi everyone. That'd be funny. L Furry. Oh yes, I've seen that one. That is a little teaser for a future series that I'm gonna be doing. Although based on the lack of content, it may just become one video. Anyway, L Furry is just so stupid. Goofy I'm assuming they're saying goofy ass or something. I don't know. I don't even know how to respond to that, so whatever. No. Yes. I've seen so many people just being like, no, and someone's like, yes, and then there's this constant no, yes, no, yes, no. It's like, come on, people. Quit being stupid. It's just so funny because they hate something so much that they're actually willing to either rework the algorithm to show them more of that, or two, to give the creators that they hate more support, because that's what comments do. It tells the algorithm that people like the content. It doesn't detect that you're a furry hater, it just detects that, hey, you're watching the content and you're commenting, so you must like it. Oh, but that's great, because then I get to bully more people, haha. And all the while, you're still giving them support, so good job. Furry. Okay, that's just stating the obvious. No one will love you. Ha! That's hilarious because there's quite a lot of furries who either have furry friends or just non-furry friends or family or chosen family or romantic partners, spouses, whatever. They literally have a support group all around them. So I hope you're not projecting upon yourself, furry hater, because it doesn't seem like you have anyone that loves you. Might be the reason why you're so hateful towards furries, because you hate yourself. Act your grown age. Yeah, what if you're saying that to a minor? Yeah? Then they are acting their age. And even if they're not a minor and they're adults, pretty sure as an adult you're allowed to do anything as long as it's legal and doesn't hurt anybody. So, if an adult wants to spend thousands of dollars that they earned on a wearable piece of art carpet that they want to wear to conventions that they're able to pay for, and even to just make content or just around the house every once in a while, pretty sure that's what an adult would do. Oh no, I'm sorry, I forgot. You have to only be a child to want to wear that stuff, because only apparently children would want to do that. Because apparently, once the moment you turn 18 or whatever the age of consent is where you live, you're just like, I hate anthropomorphic animals. They're childish. Please tell me where it actually says that only children geared franchises have anthros. Because guess what, buddy? There are literally tons and tons and tons of adult content made with anthropomorphic animals. So yeah. It can vote. I mean, that may not be the person's pronouns, but yeah, that person can vote. Not even gonna address that because I have my own personal opinions about voting, and we're not going there. It's not political 101 or whatever. So, and these emojis. Okay, so you're unamused. We're unamused at your unamusement. Go away. Shoot it. Yeah, once again, you're talking about humans here. You're not talking about animals. It's a costume. Like, do they need to break the magic and take off the costume to let you know that, hey, I'm a human in here? Kill it with fire. Oh, now we're talking about arsony? Or arsony? Whatever. That word that I can't think of. So now you want to make a firefighter's job a living hell, even if it is their job? Really, people? Oh my god. I can't even right now. Cringe. I mean, that's just a matter of opinion, and there's a lot of things that could be considered cringe that aren't furries. And yeah, sure, there might be some furry related things that are cringe, but not all furry related things are cringe. Sometimes they're freaking awesome compared to other stuff. And to be quite honest with you, as a furry myself who's consumed a lot of furry content, I have seen very little cringy furry things. So, yeah. I hate furries. Okay, no one asked. I was going to go with the lowbrow, we hate you, but no. No, a lot of furries are just like, whatever, go away. What color is your Bugatti? Okay, I'm assuming this is based, I don't know what kind of car that is, but from the sounds of it, it might be one of those high-end cars. So, in a sense, that does denote that all furries have money, which is only true if they do art or are a fursuit maker. But, like, that's not true. I mean, first of all, there are minors who literally don't have any money that they can spend things on. And then there are just, like, furries who are living from paycheck to paycheck. Like, okay. They may not even have the money to own a car like that if it's a high-end car. Like, sorry. Sorry if you assume that every furry ever is rich. We're not. We're literally people from all walks of life that have varied amount of money. Accept God as your savior. Yeah, that assumes that all furries are atheists. Hi. I believe in God. I literally believe in God. I am a Christian. Christian furries do exist. I've already accepted God as my savior. So, and now I'm gonna get a bunch of atheists who hate that. It's like, ha ha ha, I don't care. Anyway. Why is this on my For You page? Maybe because you've, again, told the algorithm that you want more of it? It's a no-brainer. And even if you didn't, I don't know, it's the algorithm, who cares? All furries are zoos. Sorry, but that's just factually incorrect. I could probably show you the amount of, in fact I will, I could show you the amount of tweets from furries who hate zoophiles. We do not accept zoophiles, and any furry that is either a zoophile or a zoophile supporter is automatically hated upon. So yeah, no, we're not all zoos. Sorry, but no, I legitimately do not like zoophiles. They're gross. They're unfortunate people who need help. Jeez.